Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it holds a very prominent place in all of our hearts, especially those who have grown up watching the game and playing the game and now having a chance to coach the game. To be declared the best is very important for all of us, and especially with the kids too. They see each other during the course of the summer, and there's a certain pride factor that they all take from being the best team in the city.
You take pride in the fact your alma mater is playing very well right now, but now you have to coach against them on Thursday night, right?
Yeah, they're really playing well. They're really a good team. I mentioned that the other day. I think they have a really solid team, and they're all. John mentioned it after his St. Joe game. Their role definition is very secure. They all know who they are and what their specific roles are, and they're performing them very, very well at this point.
Because they're LaSalle, it almost seems like, and they haven't had like a lot of success, people are almost unwilling to give them credit for it. You sit there and go, they're a really good team. And it just doesn't seem like maybe people from the outside give them enough credit for what they're doing. But you see the film, so you know.
Yeah, and I think this has been coming. This is not just a recent revelation for college coaches, and certainly college coaches in the Atlantic 10. This was coming last year. You could just see it building and how good they were going to be this year, and they have fulfilled that kind of prediction. I think they're toward the top of our league, and again, just playing well and playing like a real team.
You said they all know their roles, but can you pinpoint the one thing that really, for their success, the reason for their success?
Well, I think there's a couple of different. There's no one thing. I think there's a lot of different things. Again, knowing each other's role is critical. I think they have all bought in defensively. They like to do a good job collectively defensively, and I think that really helps them. Anytime you have that kind of mindset that you're trying to stop the opposition on every possession, I think you have a chance to be in every game, and I think they've had that since the beginning of the year. But they have really good basketball players, and they really understand each other, which is the key, I think, to great team play.
Remember after the Kane game, you were asked about your team being back against the wall, and you said, okay, well, we'll see how we respond now. You went to UMass morning game, and now here's another challenge for your team. And I guess they're all challenges at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we have 6 games left to go, and we need to win every one of them. It's going to be a tremendous chore to do that. It's really going to be difficult, but that's what you want as a college basketball player. The challenge is always in front of you, and our next challenge happens to be a couple of miles up the road in a city of Philadelphia resident and participant, and we need to play our best basketball. And as soon as that's over, we'll point our thoughts toward Charlotte, as will LaSalle to their next opponent. And so we're in a dogfight here, and I think that's what every good athlete really wants to do.
Is it kind of neat this time of the year to see? I mean, I know it's an Atlantic 10 game, and it means both teams are fighting to get in the tournament, but a city game this late in the year between two really good teams that are talking NCAA tournament. We don't get this all the time in Philadelphia.
Well, I think you had a great game on Saturday with St.
Right.
Joe's and LaSalle, and now it's us and LaSalle. And I think Villanova's playing really good basketball right now. So I think it's great for Philadelphia. We have been a little too inconsistent for a lot of our liking, but we have a chance right now to say to ourselves we have righted the ship. But we have to do it on Thursday.
And you've had some really good games with them lately. I mean, John said they've gotten the best of us, but last year the overtime game. I mean, there's been some really, really good tussles.
Yeah, I mean, again, you could see this building that LaSalle was getting better and better, and they had some young players last year. And then you add Ramon Galloway to that mix. He's really a good player and a great competitor. And it seems like I don't know Ramon well, but what I know of him, I really like how he conducts himself. He's just a good guy, and it's wonderful to watch and see that kind of maturity.
John said he finds it hard to coach against friends. And he says you guys do so much with the coaches, but I guess for 40 minutes, because he wants you all to do well. But I guess you just got to put that away for 40 minutes and try to win a game, right?
Yeah, I think for the most part, during the course of the year, you're always after one of your Big Five brethren or Philadelphia brethren has a good win or a tough loss, you're texting and hang in there, great job, whatever it happens to be. But when the 40 minutes come, as soon as the ball goes up, you're worried about your team and how they are playing and how they're performing. You're not thinking about the coach down at the other end or the friendships that you have. One of John's assistants was on my staff at Penn. So we're all in this together, and yet for that 40 minutes, you want your team to do the very, very best that he can, and that's your primary focus and your only focus at that point.
I remember watching Phil at the end of